watch your bank account grow? Ha ha. I know I always love when that bank account grows. So super excited to be here today with Sue. Welcome, Sue.
Hi, thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this idea of spice up your life with spirituality.
Many times, actually, people are looking for drugs in their life to get high. For me, spirituality is the drug to get high. And I have been using that drug from my childhood. And that has been actually helping me in each and every area. And I just want to share that with other people. Means basically, many times people think that okay, you are getting spiritual, that means you are abandoning everything and you are going to forest and you are not interested in anything. It is not like that. You can elevate your life at any level using spirituality, and that is what I wanted to say. So you can, yeah, spice up, you can have anything, you can grow your bank account, you can grow in your relationships, any field, you can actually elevate your life.
So what do you mean? Because I know different people have different versions of spirituality. And so what do you mean by spirituality?
Many times people actually confuse spirituality with religion, and for me, religion and spirituality are two totally different things, because religion means basically it is a path, and everyone has the same destination but they have different path, and everyone has a different belief. So you need to have a path depending on your beliefs. So that's why the religion based on that, and spirituality means basically the basic principles, and it doesn't have any actually box where you put in. So for example, if you fall from a cliff, you are going to go down, and it doesn't matter whatever religion you follow. It is law. So there are some laws which are applicable to anyone, and I think that is the part of spirituality. And there are various laws, and you just, many times people have questions, why this, why that, and all those questions are basically answered because of spirituality. And when you study the law and spirituality, also you can say quantum physics. So you can use actually both terms, yeah, independently, because sometimes people are really high tech and they don't want to say spirituality. Hey, you can go with quantum physics and it is the same thing.
All right, gotcha. And thanks for the clarification because I know some people use spirituality and religious interchangeably. And I'm like you. I feel like they're two very different, distinct things. So I appreciate you clarifying that. So how do we spice it up?
Spice it up. Okay, I can just tell you my story. What happened when I was growing up? I had two examples. One example which I never wanted to be, where I shouldn't be, and second example, it is the ideal. That is my ultimate goal. And I was growing up. That those were two examples. And ideal example was my mom, and she was like a saint, and she was the best person I ever came across in my life. And my dad, I can just say he was exactly opposite. We never knew what kind of mood he would have, and verbal abuse was it was a lot, and all those things. And so when I was growing up, I always wanted to be my mom, because she was the best example I ever had. And when I got into my teenage years, or even you can say early 20s, I realized that I had become exactly like my dad, which I never wanted to be. And I couldn't realize it because I couldn't stand him, and I had become exactly like him. So I started not loving myself, and it was a really bad part of my life. And it is so hard when you don't love yourself, you cannot love anyone else. And that time I just was looking for answers, and my mom was spiritual, and thank god, actually, I took that as my savior, and I kept on going and reading various books, self development books, and scriptures and various things. And I realized that every time I was reading all those things, I was feeling better, I was feeling good. So I just got addicted to that. So if you want addiction, get addicted to spirituality, because that is a really good addiction. And I didn't realize it. And 1% better concept I heard, and that I was applying it, and I really didn't realize it. And now I really come back and see what basket case I was in my early 20s, and now, of course, actually, I haven't arrived because I know I have seen people which are way better and ahead of me, but still, I'm way better today than what I was many decades back. So that is how you can spice up.
Yeah, I think that we're all on a journey, and hopefully, where we are today is better than where we were 5 years ago, and where we are years from now is way better than we are today.
Absolutely right. And
Sometimes I
if
talk to
every
people
day,
and they're like,
every day you can ask whether you are better today than yesterday, then you are on the right path.
yeah, sometimes people are like, oh, Tiffany, you've changed and grown so much over the past whatever. And I'm like, I would hope so. Though sometimes those are the people that haven't changed anything. And I'm like, I feel like I'm so much better, maybe not yesterday, a little bit, but last month or last year. So, anyway, you mentioned before we get into how this affects your bank account, you mentioned that you were reading a lot. What have been some of your favorite reads that you can share with us?
See, if you talk about personal development books, actually any leadership books, actually Napoleon Hill, Stephen Covey, and all those books are really great. But from spiritual point of view, I have read various things because my kids went to Christian school, so I joined Bible study. I was part of network marketing, and there all the training was based on totally on Bible, and that didn't bother
Mm.
me at all because the principles were exactly the same, only the names were different. Then I just got interested about various things, so I studied Buddhism, and then I studied even Islamic religion. I studied various things, and I found that bottom line was the same, whoever was telling. But my favorite one is basically Bhagavad Gita, because I really feel that if anyone wants any answer, that answer can be found over there, and that's why my all my LinkedIn articles are based on Bhagavad Gita, where a solopreneur can learn from every verse. So
Mm.
that is how I'm doing my LinkedIn articles weekly. But I'm also planning to make a couple of books. One book based on Bhagavad Gita, how it can help solopreneurs, and second one, spiritual principles, how they can help solopreneurs. And so I really felt that there are many resources available, but solopreneurs are really not getting that many resources. And even Bhagavad Gita, so many people have come across and they wrote various things, and they wrote generally for general public. I just want to write specifically for solopreneurs because nobody understands a solopreneur. Neither their friends nor family. Only one solopreneur understands other solopreneurs. So I just want to provide various kinds of resources, especially possibly free resources, so that they can use them and they can prosper their life, because many solopreneurs don't see second year in business, and those who see second year, many of them don't see the fifth year. And I have been a solopreneur over many decades, and some businesses were really good, some were not that good. Hey, but I learned. So that's why I just want to keep on providing resources to solopreneurs.
So I do want to mention, because we do have a free gift for y'all watching, since she mentioned, just giving and giving. And so I think we have the magic wand for SEO success. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, because SEO is so easy. It is so easy because many times people don't get started with SEO because they think it is very, very complicated. And especially, again, I'm talking about solopreneurs. They don't have that much of budget to outsource SEO to
Mm.
agencies because they charge a lot. So here I just want to see that ChatGPT, how you can use for SEO, and you can just gain your visibility, because you may not be able to compete with big businesses, but still you can elevate and you can gain more visibility. So these are the really simple prompts which you can use for various kinds of SEOs. You can use it for on-page SEO, technical SEO, and SEO doesn't mean just website. SEO means whatever content you are creating, even for social media, blog, anywhere. If you are writing anything, it is SEO. And So this is a just a freebie. You can just use it, and I just want you to prosper.
Now, you mentioned you've got quite a bit of information on LinkedIn. Where can we find you on LinkedIn?
Oh, LinkedIn, you can just look for linkedin.com in supats, and yeah, I'm over there. Yeah.
I think we're living in a very lucky generation of we are the first on social media, so we get to be us on social media. It'll be interesting to see in 100, assuming there's social media in the world, in 100 or 200 years, everybody will have to have new and different names or numbers. So it's nice and easy. Y'all can check her out, Sue Pats. So, what else should we keep in mind as we're looking to spice up our life with spirituality to watch our bank accounts grow? Because I do have to say this, and I had a conversation with somebody this week actually that's talking about, do we really need the money? Can't we just live? And the way the world is right now, unless you're in Alaska or somewhere off the grid, the answer is no, we need money. So tell us how you can combine that idea of being spiritual and having a growing bank account.
Okay, let me just tell you, whatever you are, your association defines you. For example, you cannot actually sit in a bar and drink milk, and you cannot just keep on saying, okay, I'm drinking milk by sitting in a bar, because eventually you will caught up and you will start drinking whatever is served in the bar. So, here, growing bank account. Okay, I have actually very, very simple meditation, because many times people talk about manifesting mantras and laws and affirmations and all. All those are good, but I have very, very simple meditation, and which I do every morning. Now, here I'm talking about association. So, in Sanatan Dharma, actually, there are various idols, and each idol is specific for any particular quality you want to achieve. For example, Saraswati is if you want to gain knowledge, and Durga if you want to get rid of all the bad things. So there is a couple that is called Lakshmi and Narayan, that is in Sanatan Dharma. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, and Narayan means basically her husband, but he is tough love. He tells you how to use that wealth. So when you combine that, so I always in the morning, that before getting out of bed, I just visualize that Lakshmi is actually pouring all money on me. But I just don't want just money coming on me, because you know what happens, many times people get lottery ticket, and if they don't know how to use it, just
Yeah.
within few years they go bankrupt. So then I just, when I visualize that I'm getting actually poor with the money because of the goddess of wealth, but then I'm also asking the tough love to help me how to use that money properly. So when you have this combo, so it depends. So you can always visualize what exactly which quality you want to achieve more, and you can just actually go to that source and get actually unlimited supply from there. So that is the easiest kind of meditation I use, and that has been working out really great for me, because I was just telling my daughter, never had a lack of money from
Mm.
the beginning. Means it was always like that. My means wallets are always full of money. It's never like that. Okay, I'm running out of money. I have to go to bank. It's always, I never had a problem. So this is just a simple that goddess of wealth is showering you with the money, and then go to the tough love and ask how I can use it properly. And every way actually, for example, in Christianity I studied, and there is a say, okay, you give 10% to charity and all. So you may have different number, I'm not going to tell whatever it is, but charity is really good, because that is the seed money. That is the seed money, and that is how you are going to get more and more. And
Mm.
I'm not means telling you you start doing charity, I'm just giving you my example. That is one of the way. But just means, yeah, you can just actually make sure that your bank account is growing, because I just want you to be profitable as a solopreneur. Means I'm talking about solopreneur because I think your audience is mainly solopreneur. So that is the main idea.
I love it, love it, love it. And we do have a lot of solopreneurs and some entrepreneurs. And I think either way definitely can embrace and utilize this to help you spice up your life and have that bank account grow. So, Sue already mentioned you can find her on LinkedIn. She's very active there. She does have this gift. So, if you go to newbeginning.com, there's going to be all kinds of stuff that you can check out, learn more about Sue, and get the freebie if you go to newbeginning.com/chatgpt SEO. Sue, anything else you want to leave us with today before we wrap up?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell means Tiffany is really doing really great job. Means I came across with many people, but really love her passion. And if you are in her community, just make sure means basically refer her services because I haven't means basically come across someone with such a pure heart and so passionate about whatever work she does, and she believes whatever she does. So I would just like to say that okay, you are benefiting being part of her community. Bring more and more of your friends over here, to her community, and yeah, you grow, her grow. It is a win-win situation. So that is the idea. We have to
Yes.
win-win.
I love it. Surround yourself with amazing, like minded people, and we can all grow together. Sue, it's been a pleasure having you here with us today. Now, just for y'all, especially those of y'all that are solopreneur, before I let you go, Sue, I was on her stage a few weeks ago. Sue, you want to tell everybody about your show in case they want to come out and watch? You could always start with mine because you know you like me, but there's amazing other guests there. You want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah, actually, my business always evolved depending on what people ask me. For example, I started blogging because I wanted to give free resources to solopreneur. But then I started getting a lot of traction on my blogs. But people said we don't have time to read your blog, so why don't you start podcast and YouTube channel? That is how I started podcasting and YouTube channel. And if you have a story of struggle and success, and if you can inspire, you are welcome to come on my show.
Ooh.
And I have a podcast, YouTube channels, and also I create a Facebook Live. I also have LinkedIn audio. So, and I also go live on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. So there are various platforms. Actually, you will gain visibility. And my VA does Amazon's job, so she will create various snippets and she will create blog, and we also promote it to our subscriber list, which is a thousands and thousands of people. So if you are looking for visibility, you don't need to go for PR or media. You can just basically use us, and we'll make sure that you will gain visibility and you will become profitable. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much, Sue. Thanks for everybody watching here today. It has been a pleasure, and I look forward to hearing about how your bank account grows thanks to Sue's amazing knowledge this afternoon. Happy
Thank
networking,
you. Yeah,
y'all.
glad to be here. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.